Torah life ministries come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.
Hello everybody, this is Paul Neeson, your health watchman, and I'm here to make a video today on a topic that I got a big response to on Facebook, and I just want to discuss this important topic because our life could depend on it, and I also want to clarify some things. Basically, I was going to let this rest for now because I said what I had to say, and people said what they had to say, and I thought it was ended on a good understanding. But there was one fellow who didn't seem to get a clear understanding of what I was trying to say. He completely took what I said was out of context, and even worse, he put words into my mouth in a suggestion I said things that I didn't say. Now I will give him the benefit of the doubt because he does claim to be a brother in Yeshua, a Messiah. So I'll assume that he misunderstood what I was saying because his reply was completely different than what I was saying or suggestion. The question of the video was about a lady that was eating a turtle, and it was completely gross and disgusting. And I posted it to my Facebook page, and I said, just as this is disgusting, to me, I find it disgusting when people eat any animals. And whether that's clean or dirty. I didn't say clean or dirty, but that's my point. And a good amount of people took offense to that. I mean, most people agreed that it was disgusting what this lady was doing, but some people tried to justify that it was an unclean animal, and that's what made it disgusting. And I said, no, even if it was a clean animal, to me, it's still disgusting and gross if somebody's eating a carcass or flesh of any type. And people disagreed. And I understand that. I grew up eating meat. I wasn't always a vegetarian, and I ate more meat than most people ever ate in their lives. And I understand it could taste wonderful, and it could be cooked in a way where we don't know where it came from or what the gross factory farming done to it or anything else like that. That's fine and dandy for all of you that don't have to see that. But I know what goes on in the industry. And when I see somebody taking a bite of an animal, of flesh, no matter what kind of flesh it is, clean or unclean, I find it gross and disgusting. Now, if anyone's watching my videos and understands my language that I speak, which is English, if you will never find a video on the internet where I say eating clean animals is a sin. What you will find me is urging people to stop eating animals for several reasons. The main one being the way they're produced today or processed today, including with all the chemicals and the drugs. From a physical standpoint, it will shorten our lifespan. It will create disease in the body. And this is from all the research I've done and seen out there and experienced. And it's me trying to help people realize that this isn't a good thing. For somebody to suggest my desire to warn people about the consequences or the effects of eating meat and animal products such as milk and eggs is me idolizing a vegan diet. I would, on the contrary, say people need to let go of their idolism of eating meat and just to consider the work we have to do for Yeshua, and we have to be at our best, and we need to go to the extreme for him. And by me giving a history lesson of when and how people started eating according to the scriptures is in no way me telling people eating meat is a sin. And what I say is man started eating meat. Yahweh allowed man to eat meat as the result of a sin. Adam and Eve were living in the Garden of Eden. They had the most beautiful fruits and vegetables available to them. They disobeyed Yahweh and they got kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Once Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden, sin continued to spread all throughout the land. And you got many years later to the time of Noah, where sin was all over the place. But then when it came time to go on the ark, Noah's ark, they took all the clean and the unclean animals, which was not yet revealed in scripture, but somehow Yahweh has revealed to Noah what clean and unclean animals were. And Noah brought them on the ark. And when they came off the ark, there was no vegetation left to eat. So in Yahweh's great mercy, he let Noah consume the animals for survival during that time. And that's in Genesis 9:3, where we see now there's guidelines and instructions of what type and how to include animals in a diet. Animals never replaced vegetation in a diet. They were a survival method at that time to do so. In Yahweh's wonderful grace and mercy, he told man what animals were the most deadliest and harmful to consume and what animals were acceptable to consume. But then the vegetation grew back. And what we see here is the choice that we have today. You can consume animals or you consume vegetarian diet. You consume both. That's your decision and it's up to you. But I just tell you from a health standpoint that the age of man started to decline when they came off the boat and they started consuming animals. Animals, flesh, eating it is not only, in my opinion, something that's gross, it's also detrimental to our overall health. If you disagree with me and you want to consume animals, if you don't see any issue with it from a spiritual, from a physical, or an emotional standpoint, or any standpoint, then go ahead and do so. But it's my responsibility as a health watchman to let you know these things. It was the result of sin that caused the need for Yahweh to allow man, in Yahweh's mercy, to consume animals. It wasn't a reward for man's good behavior. It was a curse, more of so, for their bad behavior, for their sinful nature. And that's what they got in return. Now they're eating animals. Now sickness and disease has taken over. And it continues today for the sickness and disease from consuming animals. And as your health watchman, I have that responsibility to let people know. But it does say in the scriptures, in the future, in the kingdom to come, in Isaiah 11, verse 6 and 7, it says, the wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and fatling together, and a child like shall lead them. And the cow and the bear and shall feed their young ones, and shall lie down together. And the lion shall eat straw like the ox. And many people would suggest we are going to get restored back to that vegetarian diet in the kingdom to come. And this is a scripture many people use to support that. Now, you can have a difference on that. You could justify and you could do whatever you want to continue to consume animals. There's no reason for you from a scriptural standpoint to think you're sinning if you're consuming animals, and I'm never suggesting you are sinning. I'm telling people we have to go to the extreme for our Creator. And if that means giving up something we like in a taste so we could be healthier, so we could be clearer in our thinking, and so be it. I have every right to say I think it's gross and disgusting that man would eat an animal. I've eaten many animals in my life, and I didn't think it was gross and disgusting when I was eating it. But certainly this lady eating this turtle was disgusting, and that's my feeling now on eating animals. But I have many scriptures or many teachings on the topic of eating animals and eating healthy. And as part of the body of Messiah, I want to see people healthy. And I see the enemy, the Satan, the devil, helping people to destroy themselves. And a big part of it is by gluttony. It's by eating animals that are nowhere near what the animals were during scriptural times. And from a spiritual standpoint, eating animals that were not slaughtered in the way that scripture says they should be slaughtered. And it can have spiritual implications. So we need to be wise in what we're doing. And instead of trying to defend certain things, we need to just ask our Creator in prayer to reveal these things to us. And as well, I think it's very important that we would try to try it and see. So I'm not claiming anyone's a sinner because they're eating clean animals, but in no means do I think it's healthy to eat animals. And we are called from a scriptural standpoint to take care of our temples. So if you choose to eat animals, what I said all along, make sure you're eating them within the guidelines of scripture, and also not just biblically kosher, but healthy kosher, because there's a big difference. I know many Orthodox rabbis that are overweight and dying because they're overeating on their kosher junk food. And I see a lot of brothers in Messiah doing this as well. So I'm trying to help you out there. And it's borderline idolism, what I see with people doing with the animals today and how quickly they ought to defend their meat eating. And so that's something just to consider. And some of my best friends in the world, good brothers and sisters of mine, consume animals. I don't let that get in the way and interfere with my relationship with them. But my desire to help them see the truth and know the truth about health overall is even that much more important, because I love them and I don't want to see them continue to inflict themselves with disease that many people do today. So I hope that clarifies this. Shalom, shalom.
Come out of the world, oh my people, seek the truth, avoid the evil, learn Yahweh's ways. Torah Life Ministries, come out of the world,